Hi, this is Edgar De La Rosa here again. Not going to do a lazy vlog today. I haven't done it in a while because I've been lazy. I know, it's kind of ironic. But I'm here today to start a new series that I want to do on my channel called In a Nutshell. I don't know if somebody's already taken that name, but I'm using it. Whatever. And it's basically where I can take a series, most likely an anime series, and basically say the entire story in a nutshell. But not super fast. It's going to take a couple episodes, especially if I'm doing an anime series. And basically I'm going to do different parts, and each episode is going to be a different season. And I'm going to start with my very first one, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX in a nutshell, because Yu-Gi-Oh! GX is my favorite out of all the Yu-Gi-Ohs. I love it so much. It's like awesome. Just because of Jaden. Jaden's my favorite character. So basically, here's how it starts. Basically, Jaden Yuki is the main character. He's going off to starting the entrance exam of Duel Academy, a school where basically that's in the middle of the ocean, and you learn card games. Yeah, kind of fun and stupid at the same time. I'd love to go to a school where I can learn how to play card games. So basically, Jaden goes to the entrance exam. On his way, he bumps into Yugioh, who gives him his... Oh, sorry. I had food earlier. Sorry. Okay, anyway. So basically, Jaden goes on his way to the entrance exam. On the way, he bumps into Yugioh, the protagonist of the first Yu-Gi-Oh! And so he gets and Yugioh gives him Winkuribo, which is basically an awesome card. That'll become Jaden's spirit partner. So basically, Jaden goes off to the entrance exam, and he's running on his way, and because he was late, he can't get one of the normal proctors. He has to duel Professor Crowler, a douchebag teacher who basically is a douche. So Jaden duels him, wins with my favorite card of all time, Elemental Hero Flame Wingman. It's the very first time I ever saw him, and made me want to play Elemental Heroes. Sorry, I got a little bit of sniffles today. So basically, Jaden, he wins, so he starts going to Duel Academy. Very first day, there's this douchebag named Chaz Princeton, who's a rich douche. And so he duels, and Chaz is like, "Oh, you suck. Just because you beat Crowler, you think you're so bad." And I scratched my armpit. Sorry, that's nasty. Sorry, it was itchy. Anyway, so he's like, "Oh, you suck. Just because you think you dueled a high-ranking professor, you think you're good." So basically, he challenges him to a midnight duel, which is against the rules, apparently. Because apparently you can't duel after hours. So, damn it. Sorry, got sniffles. So he duels Chaz, almost beats him because they were some guards were going to come and get pissed at them and whatnot. They'll probably be expelled. So basically, he reveals that apparently he was going to win. He had a monster reborn in his hand. He was going to bring back Flame Wingman, even though he couldn't because Flame Wingman can't be brought back by effects. He can only be special summoned except by fusion summon. So basically, that's his very first day at Duel Academy. Bad day. Second day, even worse. Well, not second day. I don't know how the difference between episodes. So basically, Jaden goes, and he's in gym, and Crawler, being a douche, he's still trying to get Jaden expelled because he humiliated him, apparently. And he writes a fake love letter to Jaden from Alexis Rhodes, the main female role in this series, who's hot. This is my favorite. Actually, it's kind of tied between her and Akiza from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Taya and Tori kind of annoy me. Anyway, so basically, he sends him a fake love letter, which he kisses with the letter with lipstick. Weird. Crawler like a transvestite or something. So basically, he goes and plants the locker in Jaden's locker because he saw his shoes there with his name tag. But apparently, it was Cyrus's locker, who's Jaden's best friend, kind of, even though they've known each other a very short time. And so Jaden goes. So Cyrus opens his locker to find the note, thinking that it's for him. And he goes to the freaking girls' dorm, and Crawler was planning to take pictures of Jaden going into the girls' dorm and try to expel him. So Cyrus goes like an idiot he is, gets captured by some of the girls of the girls' dorm, and what happens after that? Sorry, brain farted. So basically, Alexis calls Jaden saying, "Oh, we got Cyrus. You better come, or we're going to expel him." He comes there, and they threaten to expel him unless he beats her in a duel, which he does awesomely, Thunder Giant. And so Jaden's like, oh, Jaden leaves, and then in the English version, it's more hinted that Alexis likes Jaden by this one line in the episode where one of Alexis's friends says, "Oh my God, I can't believe you're not actually falling for that slacker," even though he's the best duelist at the school. And she doesn't say anything, so it's hinted like, oh, she likes him. And so the next episode comes, and Jaden, apparently there's this big exam coming up, and where basically if you win, you get to go to the next highest level in the rankings of Duel Academy. There are 3 rankings: Slifer Red, Raw Yellow, and Obelisk Blue. The thing was made by Kaiba, so it's kind of ordered by how he felt about those cards. Since Slifer was during Battle City, since Slifer was Yugi's, he hated Yugi. Raw, he was used by Merrick, he didn't really care about Merrick, and Obelisk was his, so yeah. And so basically Jaden's like, there's this written exam at the beginning, but Jaden sleeps through a little bit of it while he's running to class. He runs into this lady having car problems. He says, like, he helps her and push her car, and that's more important later. And so he basically bombs the written exam. And so apparently after the written exam, there's like this weird army navy thing bringing booster packs. Basically, they bring booster packs, and apparently they're new packs for people because after that there's a field exam where they have to duel the different person. If they do well enough, they get to go to the next highest level, Raw Yellow or Obelisk Blue. And so they get there. Like, people get there, and apparently somebody bought all the packs. Apparently, one person bought all the booster packs. One person, and it's obviously Crowler. Crowler bought them so he could give them to Chaz to duel Jaden, to humiliate Jaden. Stupid. And so apparently Jaden gets there, and apparently the lady he helped earlier actually runs a like weird convenience store thing, and basically says, "Oh, Jaden." He's like, she gives him a cards. Booster pack, and in it is Transcendent Wings, a very useful card for Wing Kuriboh to make him level 10. So Jaden duels Chaz, and Chaz loses badly and basically gets humiliated. Jaden's offer to go to be advanced into Raw Yellow, but he refuses to. In the Japanese version, he was a lot cooler and kind of sweet. But in the American version, it's kind of stupid because he ruined it by saying, "Oh, the reason I didn't go to Raw Yellow was because yellow doesn't really hide ketchup stains." And I'm just there like, Jaden. And so basically that happens. Next episode, Jaden and his friends hear about an abandoned dorm and go over to the abandoned dorm where apparently they see Alexis there with, and she was kidnapped because every female protagonist gets kidnapped at one point. And so Jaden duels this one dude pretending to have a Millennium item, the Millennium Puzzle, a fake one, and pretending to make a shadow game, even though it's not a shadow game. Jaden almost gets sucked into the Shadow Realm, but leaves because a Wing Kuriboh saved him. And so basically the next day they find out that they weren't supposed to be there, and they found out that he went, and they're going to get expelled, but instead they had to do a tag duel. Him and Cyrus. I said that earlier, that he's like his best friend. And yeah, they duel. I'm looking at Yubel cards. Yubel. I love Yubel. She's like one of my favorite cards. And Jaden has to duel in a tag match, and he's trying to help. He's dueling with Cyrus, and Cyrus like, "Oh, I can't duel." And he's like, Jaden goes to his brother Zane and duels him for some reason and loses badly. And so next episode, and also there's this one small filler where Chumley's dad comes out of nowhere. Chumley's this fat guy who hangs out with Jaden and Cyrus, and his brother comes, and his father's like, "Oh, you have to come in." And in the English version, he runs a hot sauce business, while in the Japanese version, he runs a sake business, which is kind of weird. And so they duel, and Chumley loses, and I don't forget why his dad chose not to take him with him. And next episode, Jaden and Cyrus duel in a tag duel against the Paradox Brothers from season 1 of Yugioh. And basically they duel them, and I'm running out of time for this. Almost at 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap this up. Basically, Jaden and Cyrus beat these guys. Next episode is a couple fillers. Okay, I'm going to just run through the fillers really quick. Filler number 1. Jaden duels, Chaz duels Bastion, this other genius duelist thing, and wins. Next episode, Jaden duels a monkey. Next episode, Jaden duels a dual spirit Jinzo. Next episode after that, Jaden duels he plays tennis and duels a dude who plays tennis for becoming Alex's fiance. After that, Jaden duels a dual giant, and then Jaden duels a Tarzan. And that does it for this episode of, in a nutshell, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. And I'm going to continue this in part 2. Bye.